Unsubscribe, subscribe, because I support liberal democracy. Now I will establish the ground rules for the list. No fan games or fan projects, so no mention of before or after the sequel. 2. Sonic team games only, so no Sonic Mania. 3. No spin-offs. Anyway, now on to 11. Sonic Lost World. Or Lost Democracy if you don't believe in democracy and vote conservative because you attend church every Sunday. Anyway, Sonic Lost World. What can I say about Sonic Lost World? It was either this or Team Chaotix on the Sega 32X. And since that game I just mentioned only has notable visuals and a boss fight that looks kind of badass, as well as good music, I figure let's go with this game instead. It was a close call, but let's go with this game. As I feel like Sonic Lost World is the Sonic game that is supposed to be the Sonic Extreme before Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast that we never got. So it's a really, really good platformer on its own. If someone were to tell me that they hate Sonic games or platformers in general, then I would tell them to play this game. Sadly, as of recording this, there's no way of playing this game other than buying Sonic Origins. It used to be sold separately on the 2013 port of it, or remaster if you will, but it's no longer available since ages ago, which is very unfortunate for people who hate Sonic or platformers, but anyway. Sonic CD has you going through the past, present and future, and there's a good ending as well as a bad ending, and visually the game's levels can change depending on what kind of approach you go for in the levels. And the levels themselves look gorgeous and the soundtrack is astonishing. Both the US and the Japanese one are both gorgeous or astonishing, in terms of music. And Tidal Tempest, even though the level design there is kind of bland before the boss fight, which was also used in Sonic 2, Metropolis, at least the visuals look good if you time traveled, so yeah. Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast, or Sonic Adventure DX on the GameCube and Steam, which looks very, very plasticky, if you will. Anyway, so this game, you either love it or you hate it. There's no in between. I chose this over Sonic Adventure 2 as I find myself coming back to this game way more. It's just very nostalgic. It gives that 80s action movie kind of feel to it, kind of nostalgia when you revisit it yearly and not like every single day. It's a very good platformer, action platformer if you will, and Sonic's gameplay as well as Knuckles' and Gamma's are the best ones by far. And there's a lot to appreciate kind of nostalgia wise, and the game still holds up as a fairly good game. Sonic's jump into 3D was rough around the edges but still good nonetheless. So instead of Sonic Extreme we got Sonic Adventure instead. And yeah, basically this game is pretty good for what it's worth. So yeah. The Game Gear flopped in sales compared to the Game Boy, despite being on a short lifespan in terms of battery and library of games, despite a few decent to really good games being released on the system. Sonic 2 on 8-bit was tolerable to mediocre okay on the Master System, but since this is my list, I am placing Tails Adventure on here, despite being on a spin-off in the US, but it was a prequel to Sonic 1 in Japan, in my defense, which is why I am still putting it in on my list.